So just real quick, my name is Jan Zatlokal. I'm here an instructional designer for PCS Edventures, based in Boise, Idaho. Beautiful, sunny, snowy Boise. With me, I've got Susie Hayslip, Beth Shad, and Michelle Fisher. So we're all going to kind of jump in at various points. You may have some Michelle and Susie answering some questions in the chat for you, so feel free to chime in. I guess we can begin. So awesome. We've got people from all over the country. We are PCS Edventures. We're here based in Boise, Idaho. We started as Pat's Computer School in 1988, grew to a network of experiential learning centers in Idaho, Washington, and California. PCS Edventures learning solutions are now in more than 7,000 sites and in all 50 states and over 17 other countries. So we're well represented here in the US and abroad. Our philosophy of hands-on projects that fuel a passion for learning and a lifelong love of STEM. So you may know about PCS Edventures for our many engaging Brick Lab programs used to teach math, engineering, science, social studies, reading, and more. You might know about us from Discover Podcasting, which empowers students around the world to share their ideas and be heard. Or you might know us for Discover Drones, which is the top drone program used by the Air Force JROTC. So we make all of these amazing programs and many, many, many more. This is our STEAM Extravaganza webinar. And so we're going to be going over some of our brand new titles and some of our really cool updates. So we're really excited to share these with you for the year 2024. Our agenda today, we've already done a quick welcome. We're going to go into some of our influencer camp activities, and then we'll go into a little bit more about what influencer camp is. Then we're going to go and do some really fun STEAMventures activities and go into a little bit more about what STEAMventures is with Beth. Then we've got an overview of new and updated STEAM enrichment camps. We've got a little bit of time for questions and a wrap up and live giveaway drawing. So let's jump right into it, right? Influencer camp. So influencer camp, we are going to be doing what we call personal brand statements. So we should all be pretty familiar with brands, right? A brand is the identity of a product, company, or personality. It includes that company's name, logo, and what they promise to do. And so brands help us know what to expect and whether we can trust a product or company. They make things familiar and memorable, which can affect our choices and loyalty. So we like to ask our students, what brands are they familiar with? What do they know about them? What do they expect when they encounter these products or services, right? What are these brands that have a positive message for your students? And so we've got a quick logo identification challenge. And so my fellow panelists will help monitor the chat for this. We are going to be looking at some logo IDs. We've got 8 different logos. See if you can, in the chat, correctly identify all 8 of these logos. All right, awesome. So a lot of us were able to notice at least and recognize at least one, upwards of 3 or 4 of these brands, right? These brands elicit some kind of emotional response in you often as well. You can see this logo and you know something about it. You have a feeling about it, either whether that's positive or negative. We're not going to get into that, but you do have some sort of feeling associated with many of these brands. So what we're talking about here is personal branding, right? So this is branding for a company or a logo, but in influencer camp, influencing is a lot about personal branding and creating a personal brand and giving that off into the world. So if anyone would like to answer one of these questions, you can either raise your hand, you can write it out, or you can jump on video. So does anybody want to answer this first one here? What do you know about personal branding, and why do you think it's important to influencers? All right, awesome. Aaron, yes, would you like to share? What do you know about personal branding?
Would personal branding be similar to like the image that you're putting out there, or like for your program that you're putting out there for like the information that you want people to see and like what you work on and what you do?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So personal branding has a lot to do with that image that you're putting out there in the world, right? And what you want other people to identify with that, right? When you're personal branding, you want that to be a really positive image, right? You want people to have a positive image of yourself. Thank you for sharing, Aaron. Would somebody like to touch on what do you know about core values? And then what do you think, how does that relate to this discussion? And Aaron, are you raising your hand again?
I mean, I forgot to lower it.
Oh,
Um,
no worries. Yeah, if you'd like to speak again, go for it.
if no one else is, core values are kind of like what drives your program and what things that you focus on to make your program or yourself successful. Like what drives you.
Yeah, absolutely. That is perfect. Sherry, the YMCA tries to instill four core values: caring, respect, responsibility, honesty. Yeah, perfect. Core values. Uh, Core values guide decision making and behavior. Absolutely. Yeah, company values. It's what you kind of try to align and live by, right? What are your personal core values? So, an influencer camp, we're really trying to make that connection between your personal brand and your core value. So, would someone like to raise their hand? Why do you think these are important when it comes to building a strong personal brand? We kind of touched on this already, but how really do these two concepts link together? It's what makes you do what you do and how you do it. Yeah, I like that. Kind of what makes you click or tick, right? I like that. Okay, trust, absolutely. Yeah. So then why is it important when it comes to building a strong personal brand? Why would we have our students think about core values when it comes to building that strong personal brand? Yeah, guiding beliefs, absolutely. Right? So all of these are really good guiding questions to have your students really begin thinking about that idea of a personal brand, right? A lot of them are going to be thinking of branding in terms of just marketing or selling something, and it's not always that, right? That there is also that aspect of that core value. What drives you? What are you doing? Why are you doing it, right? Yeah, these are it teaches them, yeah, you're kind of being guided by these core principles. So I think we've already shared some examples of some really great examples of core values, right? We saw some from the YMCA. A really great way to guide this discussion with your students and with your learners is to just lean on some of those core values that you use in your program, right? Whether it's your after school program or your school. Almost every single school or after school program is going to have some level of core values. And it could be a really good activity to actually build those core values. You can write them down with your students and really ask them why these core values matter to them. All right, so we've got a challenge for you based on your core values and your personal brand. So these don't necessarily have to align directly with your program, right? This is your personal brand, but they can be really kind of however you want them to be. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I know that seems like a long time, but I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and this is the challenge. Sum up your personal brand in under 10 words. And this is the challenge we give to our learners in Influencer Camp as well. You want that personal brand statement to be impactful, and you want to be able to sum it up in under 10 words. And so we talk about three key traits of an influencer of authenticity, honesty, and relatability, right? So try to be authentic, honest, and relatable. Those are real key traits to being an influencer and to really just sharing your personal brand and summing that up. So I've already started the clock. You've got 5 minutes to see how to come up with your sum up your personal brand in under 10 words. And I'm really gonna put the pressure on you to please share, to jump up there when you're ready, to raise your hand and share that personal brand statement. Because this is a really good exercise for students as well. Here's one example, and then I promise you I'll stop talking so you can get started. So I am exceptional at soccer and dedicated to learning, right? That's a student example. Strong, impactful. That's that core personal brand. All right, so we're gonna wait. Awesome. I already see a couple hands up, or one hand. An advocate to encourage more girls interested in computer science, STEAM, and robotics. Awesome, right? Perfect. It's short, impactful, and it gets your personal brand statement across. So yeah, that's a perfect personal brand statement. It's short, it's impactful, and it gets your point across. So this is what we're trying to get across to the students, right? That they don't need to write a 10-page essay in order to be impactful. I'm good at networking and identifying a need. Awesome. I am approachable, creative, and innovative STEAM leader. Perfect. Rachel, yes. Would you like to share your personal brand?
I wrote a lover of creativity who enjoys fostering creativity in others.
Awesome. Fantastic. Perfect. Right? Active learning with creativity and accountability. Excellent. Oh, awesome. Erin, go for it.
I am dedicated to creating and building a program that encourages student success.
Awesome. Perfect. Just very impactful, right? It gets your point across, and the personal brand statement is such a good exercise for your students because they're really taking trying to take aspects of their personality and really put them into that one statement, right? That 10 words or less. It's a really impactful exercise. Kind, empathetic, inclusive, awesome. Value creativity and learning. I create experiences that foster creativity and new affinities. Ooh, like that. Dedicated to supporting educators so they can support learners. Awesome, Michelle. Way to rep PCS with your personal brand. All right, so I think I've taken up a lot of my section here on personal brand statements. So we're going to talk a little bit more about our influencer camp, right? So personal brand statements is just one of the activities included in the 12 lessons of influencer camp. So this camp is really crafted to help students access their voice and use technology and the internet responsibly, and really think about themselves in the digital landscape, right? These are all really important skills in the 21st century, and we're really proud of this 21st century camp here. So we have 12 lessons on influencer camp. Day one is what is an influencer, and then they go into crafting their personal brand. They look at audience. They look into getting copyright correct and figuring out how to use music correctly and avoid copyright infringement. They get into different genres and videos, storyboarding, filmmaking. They create reaction videos. They learn how to screencast. There's influencing responsibly and influencing for a cause. Then they put it all together and create their influencer showcase videos at the end. So influencer camp, just like all of our other titles, is easy to follow, includes step-by-step lesson plans, companion student pages, and worksheets to support those lesson objectives as well. So that you get those printed out worksheets, an instructor guide with those step-by-step, easy to follow lesson plans. You have all the equipment for up to 30 students, including 10 cameras and selfie stick combos for small groups, right? So you can have those small groups working together, recording. They learn all those filmmaking skills, and they use Flipgrid to record and share their videos. It's really easy to set up the equipment, and the engaging lessons give students a voice. So it's really easy to set up all of this equipment and get started. And so we have it all laid out there for you step by step. If you've never used one of these small video cameras before, don't worry, they're really easy. All the equipment there is included. So that's a little introduction to Influencer Camp. I'm gonna turn it over to Beth. You're ready to go, Beth?
I am. I don't know if they'll be able to see me, but that should be okay.
I believe so. I can see you.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
I can't see myself on the screen. I just see you, Jan.
Oh, okay.
But welcome, everyone. I'm Beth, and I'm really excited to present our newest edition called STEAMventures, and this is for transitional kindergarten and kindergartners. So we have 3 main titles. The first one is Flight, and in Flight we have 2 titles, Hot Air Balloons and Airplanes, and each of these have 12 30-minute lessons, and they include hands-on activities, educational videos, interactive stations, extensions, and each lesson also has an optional 15-minute transition activity. And our next title is Food, and this includes farms and gardens, so it's exactly the same. The only difference is we have some different materials, and you do need to purchase potatoes for this one. This one's really fun. They learn the difference between farms and gardens and why they are so important to us, and how gardens teaches us kindness, and the different equipment. Next. And our third title is Transportation, and this one we're looking at trains and boats. So again, same setup, different materials. We send you all the materials that you need. So for STEAMventures, just like all of our other camps, we really try to include as many standards as possible. And for STEAMventures with the standards, we include these really fun STEAM icons. Each of them has a name, and they're famous for something in science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And this will guide you in the curriculum as to what subject is being focused on. And every camp starts out the same. The first day is just a general overview, and they sort bricks. The next day is science, then technology, then engineering, then art, then math, and then it gets mixed up a little bit as you go, but it's a pretty similar format throughout. Oh, yep, NGSS, ITSE, the engineering with the science. We include art standards and the Common Core math standards. So I'm just going to give you a few examples. So there's a total of 96 lessons, so it's kind of hard to go have a really good overview, but here's a science lesson where the kids learn the different parts of a plant, and this is part of the food curriculum. So they learn root, stem, leaf, flower, and fruit. They do a build with our bricks of a flower, and all the activities for the camp then relate to what might be found on the farm or the food that it produces, and gardens as well. All right, so here's our technology. So this is from airplanes. The kids learn about the different technology that's in an airplane. And this lesson starts out with a read aloud, which is a video. And most days have a read aloud or a video that goes with it, which is really great because most of them also have either the words or closed captioning. So it's a great way to get your early learners either reading aloud or reading along or identifying some of those words. And then they go on to build a control tower, and they learn how to guide planes in the sky, just like the control tower does, by using different words, turn right, turn left. So it's a very active session as well. Engineering. So this is from our train. So in trains, they actually get these wooden train sets where they are engineering different types of train tracks, using it for math. So all throughout these lessons, even though it says engineering, we really intertwine a number of subjects throughout. So it doesn't just feel like, oh, this is just engineering or this is just science. It's a broad range. The kids are doing a little bit of everything. All right, so every lesson 12, the last lesson, there is an art project. There's smaller art projects throughout. So this is for boats, and the kids make a boat reflection using just basic art supplies, crayons and paper. So it's semi-structured, but then they can just let their imagination take hold after that. And math. So we have stations, especially for math. There's different stations that the kids can go. There's usually 3 stations that they can rotate through. And this is from farms. And the kids watch a really funny video called Eggs and Legs. And they learn how to count by 2s. And so for this particular lesson, they're using our Legos, our bricks that we call them. And they are stacking the nest with the number of eggs underneath. So 2 eggs, 4 eggs, 6, 8, and 10. And we include a ton of ELA. So these are just 3 examples from hot air balloons and boats. So the first one with hot air balloons, they're tracing the hot air and balloon. So they really are working on their penmanship and letter identification. And then they're drawing what hot means to them, what air means to them, what balloon means to them. And then with the boats, they're practicing the penmanship. So they're creating those waves, tracing the waves. And then I add in a little bit of math as well. So we're counting backwards from 5. And finally, trains, kind of the same thing as hot air balloons. They're tracing the letters in train, and then they're coloring each of those rail cars and adding something that starts with the letter T, R, A, I, or N, or something that has that same sound. So I just did this one earlier. For T, I did tracks. R, I did rain. Anyways, the kids can think of what might be associated with that letter with trains. And we have builds. So those are our bricks. Your kids may call them Legos, and that's okay. Throughout, they are building different things. So for this, they're building an airplane. They learn about the different parts of an airplane, and then there's a build plan that they follow, and they get to build their plane. We also use the bricks to count for art. So lots of different ways we use these bricks. And no 4, 5, or 6-year-old can sit still, and I am the same way. So throughout all these lessons, there is movement. For planes, they learn about the different types of planes. So not only do they learn about the different parts of the plane, they learn different types of plane. And then they get to turn into those planes and zoom around the room just like that plane would, whether it's fast or slow. Maybe it can do stunts, so they're jumping up and down or twirling. So always movement throughout these lessons. And each title also includes the 5 senses. So learning how to be good observers, which includes using your sight, your touch, your hearing, your smell, your taste. We're not tasting, we have them pretend to taste. And for farms, when you buy the potatoes, they are actually looking at their potatoes very closely, observing them, and then drawing what they see on the potato. And again, there's some ELA in there. They're tracing the word potato. They're using their senses. What does the potato look like? What does it feel like? And then there's also games involved with that potato, like pass the potato. So always building on previous lessons as we go. And there's always challenge. So there's always one day of challenges. And in hot air balloons, this comes with one of those parachutes that the kids love. So there's a number of activities that include the parachutes. And then there's a hot air balloon Olympics. So they learn about different records that were set with hot air balloons and different challenges that hot air balloonists actually participate in and try to replicate those as well. And we have a lot of SEL. And this is one of my favorite lessons from gardens. It's called Broccoli's Big Day. This is a great read aloud. And it really highlights that it's okay to be different, and maybe people don't think that you're the best, but it turns out you're really good at a lot of things. And then the campers get to nominate their favorite fruit or vegetable, and they draw it, and then they also draw a picture of themselves and describe what's special about them, what they're good at. And they can share that if they want, if they're comfortable, or they can just let someone else talk. And we highlight a lot of different STEAM careers. So this is trains, and these are different train conductors. So a lot of times we think of conductors are the people that are on the trains taking our tickets, helping us find seats, but we also have conductors that are basically working on the train, working on the tracks. So throughout, they're learning what it takes to be a hot air balloonist, what it takes to be an airline pilot, some of that science behind it. What's a gardener? What's a farmer? There's challenges on the boat to be a crew member. What does it take to be a crew member? So it opens up all these different STEAM careers that are available to students of all backgrounds. And I hope that comes through in the camps. We really emphasized cultural differences. All right, so Jan had a really fun activity. So I'm going to share one of my favorite activities. This is lesson 9, and lesson 9 is the same for every camp, and it's always let's go on an outing. And for this one, we're going to go on a plane outing. And the first thing that the kids do is they fill out a boarding pass, just like you would print one out if you were to go somewhere. And so I want you to think of your destination. So the kids have to think of a destination where they'd like to go anywhere in the world by plane. And then if you want, just type it in, where would you go? So I had a lot of kids that actually said China and Arizona for some reason, and some Disney. But if you could fly anywhere in the world right now, where would you go? Ooh, Ireland. Never been.
Paris, nice.
India, Italy, New Zealand. Oh, gosh, these are all places I haven't been. Japan, Germany, Greece. Wow. Great Wall. I have been to the Great Wall. I haven't been to Greece. Oh, Georgia, the country, I'm assuming. All right, Jan, we can move on to the next. Oh, Taiwan. So keep that in your head. If you have pen, paper, pencil, keep it nearby, because we may have a little art activity that goes with this. So to get the kids ready to go on a plane ride, especially if they've never been on a plane before, this is a great book, Amazing Airplanes, that takes the kids through the step-by-step of what it means to be on an airplane, your luggage. This is a read aloud, and the words are at the bottom for them. So don't play yet, Jan. So in our curriculum, if you've never ordered one of our products, one of the most amazing things about our curriculum is we have kind of background information, what the teacher can read that tells you what the activity is. And then we have blue text that you could read verbatim if you're not quite sure what to say or where to go with it. And I'm going to kind of follow the script that we have, but also improvise a little bit. So now that we have our boarding passes, we are ready to go on a plane ride to your destination. Maybe it was Italy or Greece or Georgia. And so I want you all to picture that you are on the airplane together. And so what happens is the kids set up the airplane seats. So if you have chairs or just sit on the ground and they look towards the screen, which is the nose of the plane, which they learn. And everyone, this is a special plane. So we really use their imagination. This is a special plane that everyone has a window seat. So we're going to grab our boarding passes and we are going to hop on the plane. And as the instructor, you look at their boarding pass, you make sure it's them, just like in a real plane flight. And then we are ready to take off. So before we go though, the pilot has told us that we're cleared for takeoff, but before we can go, I need everyone to click their seatbelts. So everyone pretend to click your seatbelts, and the kids actually click their seatbelts. They say click, and the engines have started. So we are ready to take off. So Jan, if you would take off, play the video of cleared for takeoff.
Can you all see that okay?
Yeah, so this is just the plane, what it looks like when it's taking off, just to get the kids really ready for that imaginary plane flight. All right, get ready for liftoff. Watch as our plane gains speed and lifts into the air. And here it goes. The wheels are up, the nose is up, and we have liftoff. And notice how the wheels are tucked in and the plane is flying higher and higher. All right, so now that we're high in the air, up in the clouds, we're gonna look out the window. So a lot of kids have never experienced this, so this is really exciting for the kids I did this with. So if Jan, if you wanna play just looking out the window. And it's really fun just looking, wow, there's a lot of clouds. And then you ask, can you see what's down? What's down below? Do you see your destination? And then we're going to look out the window even more. Yeah. All right, so now we're flying where we can actually see what's below us. Is this where you thought you might be going? Got some water, got some tall buildings. This looks like a really fun destination if this is where we're going. And maybe when you look out your airplane window, maybe you see something really interesting like the pyramids of Egypt or mountains or somewhere else. And then the next. All right, so now that we have gone on our plane ride, we are about ready to land at your destination. So the pilot's going to make sure that everyone is back at their seat. So everyone back at their seat and put on your seatbelt. Make sure it's clicked and tighten it. And then we're going to get ready for landing. All right, Jan, so get us ready. All right, we are coming down. The landing gear is out. Oh, we have touchdown. It's a little bumpy. The front tire's going down. And we can't move. We can't get out of our seats until the plane comes to a full stop and the pilot tells us that we can unbuckle our seatbelts and get ready to exit the airplane. So what the kids do next is they actually draw what they saw through their window. When they were sitting in the window seat, what did they see below? What was their destination? So think about if you just, here's what the kids get to draw on. What would you draw? So if you were going to Greece or Italy, what would you draw? What would you like to see if you flew there? I had a kid that flew to New York City and he drew the skyscrapers. Oh, ocean, a lot of green for Ireland. Yeah. Oh, islands and ancient building, desert canyons. Awesome. So this really gets the kids using their imagination. Maybe they've never been to this destination. That's okay, but they can imagine what it might look like, whether it's Disney or China, or even just going to their grandma's house. Lots of clouds that have great shapes. Yeah, the kids were amazed at how many clouds were up in the sky as they were flying. Yeah, so there are so many, like I said, there's 96 different lessons that hit on all of those different subjects from science, technology, engineering, art, math, physical activity, emotional learning. There's actually just too many to name. There are so many fun activities to do that will get your kids moving and creating and imagining, all while learning without them realizing it. And that's all I
Awesome.
have for you, Jan.
Yeah, thank you, Beth. We got to go on a journey today, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I really would love to be back in TK for some STEAMventures stuff. That sounds really exciting and fun. We call it kind of an updated program, but really it's pretty much a brand new program here. We've got so many different lessons. Like Beth was saying, over 96. Is that
Yep.
correct? Yeah, over 96 lessons across many different topics, hands-on explorations of different STEAM concepts for all sorts of topics, right? Pretty much everything is covered here
Pretty
across
much
STEAM.
everything is covered here.
Yeah.
And the really nice thing is if, let's say you get flight. So once you've done hot air balloons, so they go in order, hot air balloons and then airplanes is recommended. Once you've done hot air balloons, you have a really good idea of the format for airplanes. The lessons are set up very similar. I tried to have very similar titles throughout. So you really become very comfortable with what's coming next, even though they're brand new activities.
Yeah, awesome. And then our other updated, some of our other updated enrichment offerings for 2024 include Ready, Set, Drone, 3rd edition, for kind of geared towards grades 4 to 8. That's going to be learning about drones, flight mechanics, and safety with a focus on hands-on piloting. And this uses the Co-Drone Mini. Drone Designer's 2nd edition, that's also for targeted towards grades 4 through 8. You're blending art and engineering with the Co-Drone EDU. So this is exploring drone technology and experimenting with coding and the arts to create drone costumes and then drone costume performances. So there's a lot of engineering and art concepts that kind of mesh together, and coding as well with drones for drone designers. And also we're proud of our 2nd edition of Dirt Camp, where you can immerse in earth science with enhanced hands-on activities and engaging experiments, igniting curiosity about the natural world. So Beth really took the lead on STEAMventures and Dirt Camp for this year. I had a lot of fun developing the new editions of the Ready, Set, Drone and Drone Designers. So we're really excited about these updated programs, getting up for anywhere from your TK all the way up to 8th grade and really beyond. Beth, did you have anything little to add with Dirt Camp as well?
Yeah, so Dirt Camp, this is our 2nd edition. It is so much fun. The kids are getting dirty. We encourage them to get dirty. If you're able to go outside and dig, great. If not, we actually send dirt for you guys to dig into. You do have to purchase sand, but they're learning all about the difference between dirt and soil, why healthy soil is important. They plant their own little mini farm, and they learn about different ways cultures around the world use dirt and soil, especially to build homes and to dye clothes. So it's a really broad range of subjects and just getting dirty, which is the best part, I think.
So fun. Let PCS Adventures do the digging for you, and we can send you the dirt. So yeah, just like Beth had mentioned previously, all of our camps come with everything you need for up to 30 learners. There is a small asterisk for that. For Dirt Camp, you do need to provide sand. And then for some of our other camps, you may need Chromebooks or related technology. But yeah, we provide everything you need, structured lessons, student pages, everything you need there for up to 30 learners. We're also really excited about our special re-release of Bot Builders. This is targeted towards grades 1 through 3. It's a really engaging program for students to explore robotics using Cubelets, which are these really fun little modular robotic blocks. If you've never seen Cubelets, I encourage you to check them out. They're really engaging, really fun for grade, especially for this age group. The students get to design and construct basically little robots by combining these Cubelets, and then they have all sorts of fun functionalities. Again, 12 lessons, everything you need to get started and get your young learners constructing their own robots. We're very excited to announce our brand new camp, Cosmic Coders. This is where you are going to be exploring space, robotics, and coding in an interstellar adventure. You're building an interplanetary city with the MBOT Neo robots and mastering coding skills as you navigate the cosmos. So this one's really exciting as well. We've got lots of coding and engineering skills in, again, this one's targeted towards grades 4 through 6. We've already touched on influencer camp, so I won't talk too much about this one as well. But again, this hands-on program fosters online safety and responsibility while helping students develop authentic personal brands. So through their video production activities, they conquer challenges, refine their digital skills, and embrace a growth mindset. So we're really excited about all of our brand new offerings, our updated curriculum, and that special re-release of Cubelets BOT Builder. I wanted to share a resource with you. We have these brand new interactive catalogs, so you don't have to actually see us in person to receive a catalog anymore. We can just share this completely digitally with you. So I'll drop that link in the chat. Here's our STEAM enrichment catalog. It's going to go into all of the camps we've talked about today and so much more. Here's our brand new catalog for 2024. With these interactive catalogs, you can click through, you can zoom in, zoom out, go to the next page. It's a really great resource, and I'll share that link in the chat. So here's our...
Just really quick, Jan, on those catalogs, they can also click, if you go into them, they can click on that specific product if they want to go directly to that web page.
Oh, perfect.
They are interactive. So instead of just flipping through them, if you want to go and check out one of the things further, you can absolutely do that right from there. Yeah.
So yeah, so like a live link right there, if y'all can see my screen. So we were just talking about Cubelets BOT Builder. I can click on that, and there you are. You're on Cubelets BOT Builder. You see all the information. We've got the introduction video. It goes into all the materials that come with the kit, goes into your standards and alignment, and about the author. So you get to learn all of this information about the kit, the subject targets, curriculum topics. All this stuff is there right at your fingertips in that STEAM enrichment catalog. And so we don't only have one interactive catalog to share with you, we have another one. So we also have our drones and discover catalog. So this we touched on earlier. PCS is the foremost provider of drones for the JROTC programs of the Air Force. And it's a really great program to get kids interested in drones, in building and robotics and those kinds of. This one, same thing. You can click through it. You can click next, and then you can go to our website, learn all about our different packages, different offerings, what the kit comes with, the curriculum topics, the standards and alignment and everything. So it's all there, easy to find on our website. Awesome, your students love flying RubyQ drones. Fantastic. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we found drones to be really engaging, really fun, awesome way to teach loads of STEM concepts. And it comes with everything you need for various class sizes. So we've got our 2 different STEAM catalogs. We've got our enrichment catalog, and we've got our Discover and Drones catalog.
So as Jan and Beth did a great job of going over our new programs, our STEAM enrichment kits and packages, we get a lot of questions and a lot of requests for, hey, how can I make this work in my program? And one of the things that we're really good at is providing consultations, either via virtual meetings or we can talk over the phone. We want to learn more about your program, how many kids you're working with, how many school sites, what grade levels you're focused in, and then we can help you put together an entire full year of STEAM. This can be done in the after-school program. This one in particular, this is just a sample schedule of what it would look like to have 2 to 4 hours of STEAM enrichment throughout your program for the entire year, kindergarten through 8th grade. And also, for those of you that are planning for summer, this could be used in that capacity as well. So on the left-hand side, we have the quarters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, each one of these quarters could actually be a full week of camp, depending on what your contact hours are, if it's 6 hours per day or 3 hours per day. But the thing that really is great for this program or for this scenario is that it's all very flexible. So you can pick and pull the programs and the titles that you like, or we can help put one together for you based on what your numbers are, even down to, boy, I have 45 students in 2nd grade, but only 30 in 1st grade. So how do we put those packages together? And we kind of basically put a whole proposal of what it would look like for you to have a STEAM program or an enrichment program throughout your summer and or fall and spring. So yeah, well, we'll have to put together some new scenarios too. I know Michelle's on to where we can add in some of the new stuff, but we already have flight and transportation and food. By the way, the TK stuff is so cute. I just love those characters and I love those activities. So that's going to be super fun. And then the Cosmic Coders and the Influencer Camp. We are going to be at Boost coming up. Boy, the end of April, we're going to be able to present on some of these new camps and kits that we have too. So super excited about that. But as you're planning for future sessions, whether it be summer, fall, spring, please get in touch with us. We would be happy to review your program needs and what target subjects that we have that we can put together in a full proposal for you.
All right, so at any time, if you browse in our website, you've got any questions, just contact a PCS STEM ambassador for customized solutions just like that for your learning environment. Edventures.com/consult, or you can email sales@edventures.com, or just give us a call. Just check out our website, check out the catalogs, and see if anything meets your needs. And give us a ring. All right. Do we have any questions before we get to the random drawing? Traveling artist, what a great kit. Fantastic. Oh, you got to try podcasting at Ion. Excellent.
Ooh, that's awesome. That was a good presentation.
Really
that was when they were doing the editing too.
Yeah. Yeah, podcasting is great. That's a really fun one. Ready, set, drones. Awesome. Yeah, that's so much fun. Nice. Dirt camp and rockin' robots. Perfect. Great combo. Well, not together necessarily, but separate times. Awesome.
Like
Flight, nice.
smaller
Smaller kits for podcasting and influencer. Interesting. Yeah. So our STEAMbassadors can definitely talk to you about kind of customizing orders and those kinds of things as well, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, Rachel, give us a call or send us an email. We can talk with you about what's available.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been working with more libraries recently, and they have requested similar, or had a similar request for podcasting, just because they're working with smaller groups of students. So we might have a solution for you.
Yeah, definitely reach out. We'll certainly look into it and see what we can do. All right, who is ready for a drone drawing? All right, so I have a random number generator on Google here. We have 21 people from 1 to 21, and I'm just going to click generate and choose those people. The first 5 attendees will get a Tello drone. And so one final attendee will get to pick their prize: Dirt Camp, Cosmic Coders, or Influencer Camp. All right, so the first Tello drone is, oh, number 21. So Teresa, is that Mayer or Meyer?
Nice job,
Awesome.
Teresa.
Yeah,
Representing
congratulations.
from Washington.
So Tellos are really fun. They're battery powered. You use a phone or a tablet to control them, and you can also code them with the Drone Blocks app. Awesome. All right, so our second Tello drone goes to Rachel Martin. Our third Tello drone goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, to Austin King. Congratulations. Our fourth Tello drone goes out to Brittany Glover. Congratulations. The final Tello drone goes out to Laura Sokol. Awesome. Congratulations. All right, so there's our 5 Tello drones. Thank you so much for being patient. We'll get those sent out to you. And now for our final giveaway, this person gets to pick between Dirt Camp, Cosmic Coders, or Influencer Camp. So to remind you, Dirt Camp is geared towards grades 1 through 3. Cosmic Coders is more geared towards 4 through 6. And Influencer is for 6 through 8. All right, that final winner of your choice is Brandy Phillips. Congratulations. So your choice of Dirt Camp, Cosmic Coders, or Influencer Camp. Yeah, congratulations to everybody, and I'll stick around for just another few more minutes if you've got any questions, but thank you all again. And Teresa, yes, we will be at NAA in Dallas, yes. I won't personally, but some of us will.
I think we're going to be doing our Rock and Robots workshop there, which is super fun.
Oh, nice.
Look for that one at NAA.
Perfect. Are you going to be there, Susie?
I'm not going this year. I think it's
Okay.
Amy, Tyler, and Ryan.
Awesome.
We also have Chloe and Ryan out in Alabama right now at the ACEA.
Nice.
And boy, I'm trying to think if there's at least 2 or 3 others I just can't think of right now off the top of my head. We're definitely going to. I think we did about 6 conferences in February. We just got back from Cannes. Jan and I and Amy went. That was
Yeah, that
super
was
fun.
fun.
In Fresno.
Yeah, we did
No,
Rock and
who
Robots
else was
there.
in
That was
Fresno,
great.
but oh, and Michelle reminded we're also going to be at Q, which is in Palm Springs, California. That's going to be March 20th.
Yeah.
So anyone that is heading to any of those shows, please come see us. We would love to see you. Otherwise, feel free to reach out to us at any time and via website or email.
Yep. If you got any questions, remember I shared those links in there with the for our interactive
the catalogs.
Catalogs. Yep.
Yep.
And I could throw those in again as well.
We'll follow up, Jan, with everybody that's registered and send them out this link. It should be on our website soon. For those of you who are already a part of our subscribers, you can also go to the website and download the catalogs. That's our regular catalogs, but if you'd like this interactive one, you can either email sales@edventures.com and we can send it out to you that way, or we will be following up with the full list of everybody that's been registered. So either
Awesome.
way,
Perfect.
we will for sure send that out. It's a super great way. You can send that on to other coordinators that you're working with or decision makers. We also have curriculum samples we can send to you. And we can go in depth on during a virtual meeting as well. So I know that we've had a lot of requests for different organizations to where they're getting, 10 or 15 people together. And then we're leading a quick presentation, just 30 minutes long, just so they can also see what there is to offer and focus in on those areas.
Yeah. Yeah, we love putting webinars and all that stuff together. Showcasing our really fun products. So
Austin had a question on Discover Drones. Jan, you might want to, it said, I'd be curious to see what resources you might have or what other Discover Drone users do with the rest of the class while the student is flying the RubyQ outside.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I could see bringing groups of students out while one is flying and having other students working on the simulator inside. That's possible to kind of maybe separate into small groups doing that. If your site allows for it, I think it can be encouraging to fly with an audience if the class is being encouraging for that as well. Michelle, did you have any suggestions as well? Yeah. Ooh, yes. That's perfect. Yeah, Michelle, another great option if your students are in high school would be for them to work on their Part 107 commercial license prep. Yeah, that is another great option. With that Part 107, they can then be a commercial drone pilot, and they can actually go and get jobs as a commercial drone pilot, officially recognized by the FAA. So thank you so much, everyone. But yeah, I hope you all had a good time and got access to some good resources. Remember, just please reach out to us. You can go on our website, adventures.com, sales@Edventures, or you can call us at 800-429-3110.